Okay, thank you for the introduction. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Today, I will explain to you the 10 step for a better disaster preparedness. Okay, in general, emergency and disaster management activities can be divided into four main phases that are related by time and function. And these phases are also related to each other and which involve in different type of skills. And one of the main phases is preparedness. Okay, there are some of the large-scale disaster operation that the team are fully prepared and able to set up the operation room and deploy the solution in a short period of time when disaster strike, which means that it is need to have a better preparation and a better operation when the disaster happen. And one of it is the Malaysia CPRC for COVID-19, which is to monitor the daily cases of the COVID-19 cases in Malaysia, as well as the response and recovery operation of during the saddened tragedy of the MH17 that have been led by Malaysia Defence Geospatial Department, BGSP, and the Oregon Office of Emergency Management, as well as to monitor the COVID-19 cases and other operations around the world. Okay, let me explain to you the first step for the better disaster preparedness. The first one is to have a scalable platform ready. Okay, when we talk about a scalable platform ready, WebGIS is one of the platform that can be deployed during the disaster. And WebGIS in general is a pattern or architectural approach for implementing modern GIS. It's powered by web services that deliver data, capabilities, and connect all these components. And GIS Online is one of key component of the GIS web GIS platform, and it is a comprehensive cloud-based mapping platform that enables you to make and share maps and application easily, as well as enabling you to facilitate a self-service mapping to making a fast and better decision during the disaster, and also to enable your organization to rapidly deploy solution by accessing lots of ready-to-use application and templates. And also it is very flexible for you to extend and customize your map and application and develop a custom GIS application to suit your needs during the operation. Okay, for the step 2 is to have a data service ready to go. Okay, data service is referring to the feature service when we talk about ArcGIS online perspective. And there are some of the elements that are very important during the disaster and able to convey in a map like incident details, shelter, road closures, the special event, as well as other event during the disaster, such as damage assessment. It is crucial for the response team to answer a question like, where are the safe places? How do I get to those in needs? And this question needs to answers in a form of maps. And in addition, Esri also provide a lots of web map templates that can be rapidly deployed into your organization. And of course, you can also prepare to your organization using this kind of template. And here are simple steps that you can follow to accessing the template by accessing to my content in your ArcGIS Online, and choose create to create a feature, and choose the feature layer. And then from here, you can see there is a lot of templates that you can use that have been grouped by industries such as public safety, gas utilities, transportation, environment, and many more. Okay, for the next perspective I want to explain is in terms of symbology perspective. Symbology actually can be a strong driver for capturing the type of data that you want to show on map. You might refer to these URL resources that in my screen, which is from this access. You can have lots of symbology repository, as well as you can download the symbology files and use in your disaster or incident map. Okay, for the step 3 is to have incident web map ready to go. Okay, basically it is having a feature service that you have been created in the second step and loaded into a generic incident map template that's ready to go. And this is something that you don't want to have to go and spin up when the disaster strikes, which is you can basically get going it straight away. And it is good things to have your organization to be prepared and built in with your organization before the disaster happen. Okay, as you can see here, this is some example of a ready-to-use web map that can be prepared before the disaster happen. And from here, you can see that it is a web map that's suitable to use for the during the earthquake, a storm, and also the weather. And so this is an example of the web map that you can use for the dam inundation, the landslide, as well as during the flood disaster, as well as having a POI loaded into your web map, such as the location of the hospitals and clinic, the police station, the schools, as well as the other facilities that can be prepared and can be deployed during the disaster. Okay, for the step 4, it is to create information products. To assist your organization, there are over more than 30 solution templates that can be used for emergency and also the disaster response. And these numbers will keep growing all the time. And with the new release of the templates will be added into this solution template collection for you and your organization to rapidly deploy. By having a suitable information product, it's time to make a transition from a traditional method or a paper-based map into a flexible and interactive digital maps that can be used in your command centers, as well as accessible into various platforms such as in your web browsers, in your mobile device and tablets. And by having this, you will not depend on the a paper map or the paper documentation. Okay, here is an example of the GIS application that have been deployed during the disaster, which have been used by the Malaysia Crisis Preparedness and Response Center, CPRC, to use the GIS dashboard for monitoring the COVID-19 cases in Malaysia in the command center, and also during the response and recovery operation of the MH17 in Ukraine within just 90 minutes, the Assemble team had established a site that provided the Malaysian Armed Forces with access to common operational pictures that included the detail of the Ukrainian mapping as well as the demographic, and also to rapidly change the one of the hall in the San Diego Bayfront Hotel into a geospatial support center that have been led by the Malaysia Defence Geospatial Division with other agencies. Okay, for the step 5 is to have data sharing and collaboration. Group are a great way inside the ArcGIS Online to organize your item, such as a collection of map and app. Firstly, you can start creating a single incident group. Then from there, you can gradually grow or adding group as needed, such as a disaster support group, a field task force, disaster operation manager, as well as the common business unit during the blue sky days. Okay, this is an example of the incident or disaster group, which is you have shared content inside your group that only user inside the group have a privilege to access it. This is to maintain the security of the data and also the application within your group and also organization. Okay, once your data and group are ready, it can be shared instantly. This is an example on how you are able to share your data by accessing the share button at your feature layer or feature service in the ArcGIS Online. And from here, you're able to make your data private, which is only you as the owner to access the data, and or you can share to your organization. Also, you can share to public as well as into a specific group. Okay, for the step 6 is get into data flow of the incident. Okay, I believe there's a lot of data available at the local level, and usually during disaster, we need to rely on the local and regional network to be able and find any related information that might help your organization during the disaster. For example, is the data from the law enforcement, from the local government, from the public works, as well as from the commercial and private organization. Okay, also by leveraging a GIS Hub and Open Data Site, where there are a great resource that you can get to assist your organization to share any relevant data, also the application to be used during the disaster. Through this platform, you're able to discover, publish, share, and download the spatial data, the map documents, the spreadsheet, the tables, as well as the other related data. There's lots of organizations around the world that already being leverage ArcGIS Hub for data sharing. And Esri Malaysia previously developed GIS Hub Malaysia for the COVID-19 as a platform for public to access the collection of apps for COVID-19 in Malaysia and also other countries. Okay, for the step 7 is to establish and build a good governance. Here are examples of the elements or the item details information for your GIS data in order to gain trust for the other users to use your data, which is to have a brief summary of your title, as well as a very short and clear description of your content, as well as to show what kind of layers included in your web map, and the term of use to explain how user can use this kind of data, the owner, the categories, the text for easily searching the data, the credits, as well as to have a good visualization of the thumbnails. Okay, for the step 8, it is to readiness to add user in bulk. Okay, in a certain situation, many staff will arrive during the disaster to do their assigned tasks, either at the command center, command post, incident location, as well as in the office when the disaster happened. That makes the RGS Online administrator to add user one by one. This will having time consuming during the disaster. And what if your organization or the RGS Online administrator have the 100 users or more that need to be deployed during the disaster? In RGS Online, there's an alternative way to add a bulk user using the CSV file. It is an easy way for you to use. This is an example of how the CSV file looks like, which is to have general information such as email, first name, last name, username, password, roles, as well as user type. Let me show you how easy you can using this kind of application. Okay, first you need to, by accessing the function of the invite user, you can see there is a button to invite the users, and you can use this kind of function to browse your CSV file. Okay, and from here you can see that all the fields that have been verified will turn into green, and the list of the user will be listed here, and you can use next. And you can use the add-on license if you intend to have additional license to be assigned to a specific user, as well as you can use a group to adding this specific group into a group that have been created. Okay, when it is ready, you can see there is a list of users that are ready to use. Okay, for the step 9 is to leveraging administrative tools. This is something that the team has really get a lot of value added, which is by integrating the RGS Online into the administrative tools. And one of the tools is the RGS Online Assistant. Let me show you how easy to use this RGS Online Assistant to copy your data from one RGS Online into another RGS Online. Okay, from here, you sign in the RGS Online that contain the data that you need to transfer. And from here, you can see there is a folder of your data, and there is a lot of function you can use here. And I use the copy content to copy the data and sign in another RGS Online that you need the data to be transferred. Okay, from here, you can see that there is two organizations that have been signed in. And as easy as just drag and drop, you are able to transfer the data from one RGS Online into another RGS Online. You can see that when it turns green, it shows that it is already been saved into your another RGS Online. Okay, another administrative tools is GeoJob admin tools for RGS Online, which is you can have a free version, also a paid version. Okay, for the step 10 is the exercise, which is it is don't let The next disaster to be the first time you and your organization leverage GIS Online, that you need to do the exercise to familiar with the application, as well as you can exercise during the special event, such as what have been using during the Lima Langkawi, using the National Day Parade of the Singapore, during the Asian Games, as well as other large-scale event. Okay, let me emphasize again, which is the 10 step for better disaster preparedness, which is the step 1, to have a scalable platform ready. Step 2, to have a data service ready to go. Step 3, to have incident web map ready to go. Step 4, to create information product. Step 5, for data sharing and collaboration. Step 6, get into data flow of the incident. Step 7, establish and build good governance. Step 8, readiness to add user in bulk. Step 9, leveraging administrative tools. And step 10, exercise. Okay, and here is the example of the resources that you might refer to jumpstart your organization using this kind of templates into your organization. And from this, this is my last slide, and I will open with the Q&A session.